What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel for another video. So we're going to take a look at Call of Duty running on GeForce Now, which is cloud gaming, but hang with me on the Steam Deck, particularly the Steam Deck OLED, but this works the same on the OLED or the LCD. And I want to go over just a quick overview here for those of you that don't know what GeForce Now is, how that works, the pricing, and we'll get into some of the gameplay here and talk about that experience here on the deck. But as far as GeForce Now goes, it is NVIDIA's cloud game streaming service, streaming the games you own on PC through launchers like Steam, Epic, and otherwise. And it's my top cloud gaming service. It's definitely the only one, in my opinion, that's viable and worth playing. Now, you have a free tier with a basic rig, which if I remember right, I was on like a 1080 before with a 1 hour session length. You've got the priority tier, which is a premium rig, which I think is usually a 2080 or 3060 for me when I hop on. 6 hour time, 1080p, $49.99 for 6 months, and $10 a month if you go monthly. Now, the only one I use myself is the ultimate tier. This is the lowest latency, the best experience. It's an RTX 4080 with 8 hour session lengths, up to 4K, 120 FPS, $100 for 6 months, or $20 a month. And for me, that's the tippy top experience to get the best latency, the best quality out of any game, even on the Steam Deck at lower resolution. Now, getting into this, we are using Google Chrome, the browser, because we don't have an app for that, just like Xbox Cloud Gaming. I have a full video on the channel showing how to set that up if you're interested. You can play a lot of games, of course, besides Call of Duty, such as Fortnite and others that don't run at all on your Steam Deck, and that's one of the benefits here of using something like GeForce Now. As far as the settings, I am going to stick with an 800p stream, 1610 for this one, with a 35 megabit per second on my bitrate, fairly low, and I'm away from my router right now where I'm recording, so it's a pretty rough connection. But you can stream higher, and that'll downsample, and it'll look good, but I'm going to go with 800p considering where I'm at right now. Let that stream, and I'm actually going to run the game at 1200p, which will make it look much better on here than just standard 800 in-game as well. And we're on a 4080, so I don't need to go down to 800 in-game. So go ahead and launch this. We'll get it going here. And when you launch into these games, just like anything else with a PC, it's going to go into the launcher, and then it's going to launch the game for you, and you'll be able to get in from there. I don't want to spend a lot of time on this. A lot of you guys know how GeForce Now works, but if you don't, that's kind of the gist of things there. Now, the other thing I want to mention with Google Chrome, on the OLED model, since we do go to 90 hertz, I find that that's not beneficial. You're going to want to turn down to 60 hertz because it's just a smoother experience, better frame times, and I don't lose frames where I bounce between 58 and 62 all the time when I do that, which messes up the cloud gaming experience. So if I lock this down to the 60 hertz, I get a much cleaner, much better 60 FPS in Google Chrome, which helps with that stream and consistency from GeForce Now in the cloud. Now, as far as what they support here, it's Modern Warfare 3. All of the stuff in here for that. You've got Warzone, so everything supported for Warzone here, and Modern Warfare 2. All of these are done through Steam currently. And as far as the legacy titles that are offered in this launcher, they're not supported just yet on GeForce Now. But these three main games with Modern Warfare 3, Warzone, and Modern Warfare 2 are all supported, loaded up, and ready to go here. Launch any of them that you want once you're inside to GFN here on the deck. Let's get into the performance a little bit. I'll pull up the overlay for a little while here, but then I'm going to move it out of my way. But point is, we'll be a 60 FPS stream. I'm going to be running the game at well over 100 FPS, 200 FPS with a 4080 here. The only reason you see my ping bounce up and down is because I'm in a poor area for connection here where I'm at recording this away from my router on a secondary network. Normally, I'm 15 milliseconds or so solid when I'm playing, which helps. So I am getting a little bit more spike and issues where I'm at currently. Connection's always going to matter when it comes to cloud gaming, and I'm on a secondary backup network here that isn't really made for this. But even at that, with recording this, I'm able to play pretty decently. Are you going to be competitive in cloud gaming, even with the ultimate tier on Call of Duty, with a controller this way on a Steam Deck? No, you're not going to be competitive, but you can have a lot of fun. I play a lot this way with GFN, with Call of Duty, and other games that would otherwise be completely unplayable on the Steam Deck, and it looks really good streaming here on the OLED. It's a clean picture. I don't get any stutters or problems. Latency's there as with cloud, but it's not real bad here with the ultimate tier. I can certainly have a lot of fun with the game. run around, get some kills, get a few kill streaks here and there, and have a good time with it, even if I'm not trying to be hand sweaty, palm sweaty, doing the best that I can possibly do. And this works great whether you're playing this Modern Warfare 3 as I am here, you're jumping over into Warzone, or Modern Warfare 2. I would say this feels better in the arena shooter circumstance because, you know, if I'm not playing at my best here or with Cloud, or I'm having any connection issues, I'm not going to care as much about dying and respawning as to where something like Warzone, I don't want to have any problem and die. So of course, depending on what you're playing and what your goals are, will affect the experience. But I've always been super happy with GeForce Now and their quality, their input latency when it comes to the ultimate tier, especially in this 4080 setup. It really does surprise me most of the time how good this runs in the cloud, be it Call of Duty here or maybe Fortnite. Baldur's Gate 3 is one that I exclusively play on GeForce Now, especially on the Steam Deck, because just performance is a solid 60 on the stream. So GeForce Now, very useful for handhelds. I really believe in the service. I always have for over 3 years in covering it. I think it's a PC gamer's best friend in my opinion. I think anyone that can afford to jump into the ultimate tier, especially a big-time PC gamer or handheld gamer, can really benefit from it. And even if something like Call of Duty is something you don't necessarily want added latency to, the service offers the best experience you can get when it does come to cloud gaming, and it brings games that you couldn't otherwise play on something like your Steam Deck at all. Alright guys, thanks a lot for coming to check out the video. As always, I just wanted to highlight this and the way I'm playing Call of Duty here on the Steam Deck and having some fun. Alright, thanks again for coming to check out the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.